This is the most life or death way of revenge. The woman's mouth was stuffed with cigarettes, and the moment it was lit a large amount of nicotine went straight to her brain, almost choking her to death alive, and when the woman fell unconscious, the masked man covered her ears with a loudspeaker again, and cranked up the volume to the maximum, and in an instant, the woman lost her urine and feces, and her eardrums were shattered, and even her brain was turned into rice paste. However, the masked man was not going to stop. He took out an electric baton and aimed it at a few people. The excitement caused them to shiver incessantly. The 6 kidnapped people woke up from their stupor. They found that their hands and feet were bound and unable to move. Even their glasses and mouths were covered by a white cloth, making it impossible for them to judge their own situation. The only thing they could do was to be terrified and struggle. Just then, the footsteps of the murderer came from the doorway, only to see him take out an electric rod from his pocket, and then put it against the iron frame. The electric current was transmitted through the metal, instantly electrifying all of them to the point that they couldn't stop twitching, and even their toes were shaking. It wasn't until the crowd couldn't hold out that the mask was satisfied and turned off the current, and removed their blindfolds in turn, indicating that they had all caused unforgivable harm to others, and that only by giving an honest account of their sins would they be driven away alive, when a large amount of misty smoke suddenly emerged from the room, and several of the men didn't last more than a couple of seconds before they fainted. When they woke up again, the white cloth on each of their mouths was removed, but they found that there were iron plates on both sides of their heads to block their vision, and their necks were firmly chained, so that they could not check the surrounding situation. But judging by their voices, they were strangers they had never met before. But why did the murderer want to tie them together?